Hi, I'm Tonja Waring, founder of the Manifesting Mindset, and you might notice that I have a little different background today. Well, they are here putting plaster on my pool. My entire house is loud, so I had to pick a different room to be with you today. And the reason why I chose Awakening, there's actually two reasons. I've been having a lot of conversations with people about their own spiritual awakening. They're starting to see things differently. And they're asking for my story, like how did I get into all of this? And coinciding with that is my daughter's 19th birthday today. She's my oldest, Chloe. And Chloe is the source of my spiritual awakening. I don't think there are many things that transform us as much in life as becoming a mom. And with Chloe, it was no exception. When I was pregnant with her, I remember hearing about home birth, and I said I would never do a home birth. And then all of a sudden I walk into a Barnes and Noble, I start reading about birth, and I realize statistically that home births are about the same risk as a hospital birth. They're very similar. And it was where I really learned to take responsibility for my life and go against the grain, because I decided I wanted to have a home birth. And what I knew about that was in taking responsibility, that if something happened to my baby, everybody would be telling me, you should have been at the hospital, right? So, but at home, it's like you should be at the hospital. No matter what's happening, that's the standard, that I was going against the norm. And I had beautiful births with all three of my kids. And the other thing that really started to awaken inside of me was someone had said to me, you should really study Feng Shui. And I go, why? And they go, well, if you're going to have a home birth, Feng Shui is the art and science of arranging your home, and you could create this really sacred space through the use of Feng Shui. And I'm like, that sounds like the stupidest thing on the planet. That is how I felt before I walked into another Barnes and Noble, almost went directly to the Feng Shui section. And there I started to open the books, and I'm reading these books and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I know this. I know this. And I'd pick up the next book. I know this. I'd pick up the next book. I know this. And I bought all 12 books that there were there that day. And I was committed to becoming a Feng Shui master. And that really is what started everything with my spiritual awakening, and that was 19 years ago. Chloe's 19 today, and for all of those who saw her on my personal page, I think we've had over 160 likes and lots of comments, and really thank you for honoring her. She's just a beautiful young woman. And that Feng Shui turned into redesigning my home. People noticed, they asked me to start consulting with them. And I decided to take a 2-year apprenticeship in Feng Shui, which is how you manage the energy in your home and in the space around you. And it's where I really learned that everything is energy and intention is most important. And those two principles, that everything is energy, have been what has stair-stepped me through those next 19 years to where I am today. Today, I really do live my life by design. I have everything that I want. I mean, it's amazing. And Christy McMillan, hi Christy, she's on the call today. I remember her saying one time to me, she and I have been friends for a long time, and she said, most people don't realize how many years it's taken for you to manifest what you have. Because at the time when Chloe was born, I was struggling financially. I was struggling in relationships. I was struggling in a lot of different areas. And that's what happens to seekers, to people who are going through an awakening. All of a sudden, the things that we used to use to be successful aren't quite working the same way. And I believe that's the universe saying, hey, wake up. That's our V8 moment. Like, we're not here to have life be perfectly placid, right? We're here to have life have ebbs and flows so that we can really expand who we are. Angelica, oh my gosh, so happy to see you. I'm glad you're here. So we can really expand who we are and step into the essence. And sometimes that's really stepping away from what we've been taught or what we think is normal in stepping into this, everything is energy and life is a game. Now, one of the things that's happening, someone asked me the other day, do you really have a math degree? And I'm like, yeah, I have a math and computer science degree. And so I went to college in 1985 to 89. And, you know, at that time we were just like, we had data and data was fun and we had a little bit of it. Well, now we just have mountains and mountains and loads and all this data. And it's gotten to a point where we can no longer process all this data. So guess what? We're going back into our intuition. And we're really starting to get, hi Lori, we're really starting to get present to who we are, because there's so much information, so much TV, so much news, everything, that we really can start to create our own little world of intuition. And now that I'm talking about all the news and everything, I've read where so many people just have this own, this stress. You know, our stress is at an all-time high because we keep hearing about all this stuff happening. So there is this point where what I recommend and what I really do in my life is insulate myself from a lot of that that's going on and get back more into my natural state of being. And that's what I love about the manifesting mindset, because it's about training your mind, but training your heart and training your intuition to really lead the way in your life. Because there are signposts every step of the way. Our divine guidance team, our reticular cells, they're all working in unison. And when we really awaken, when we see that there's more beyond what's happening right now and all the chaos and drama, that you can put that aside and you can really start listening to yourself. And, you know, from the time I was a kid, I think it was 14 where I realized I wanted to be a motivational speaker. And then I did all these other things, you know, had all these other experiences that were not that. And I'm just coming into that place where I'm really exuding my divine guidance, my divine radiance. And that's what's in store for each and every one of you, is to start listening to who you are and allow that awakening to happen. Allow events in your life to awaken you, to bring your awareness. And I love, hi Gina, Jenna, thank you. Great to see you. I'm glad you're here. So many beautiful people. And as we're awakening and paying more attention, you'll start to see those signposts, and it'll become more and more clear that you're on the right path and on the right track. That's really it for today, is just allow your spiritual awakening to happen and step into it, encourage it, appreciate it, and you'll have a whole new level of living and understanding. I absolutely love kids. We have 3 young people attending our manifesting experience in Dallas. They just signed up yesterday, and that is one of the most beautiful things, because young people are really in touch with who they are. And it's somewhere in that process that they kind of lose that a little bit. And so we can, if we can keep them in that vibration of who they are and really speak that to them and see that to them, that's one of the greatest gifts that we can do for others. So I want to thank Christy McMillan for everything that she does for me. And she came in today and she's just said, Tanya, I just really, she's so passionate, you know, and I get passionate and we have so much that we're creating. But she says, I just really see these young people coming forward and really making this available to them. So Jenna, thank you that you had an 11-year-old listening to us last night, because that really means a lot to us. So if you have younger people that you'd like to bring along with you through the manifesting mindset, please do that. And that's it for now. I'll see you next Monday at 11 Central Standard Time for the Manifesting Mindset Live with Tanya Waring. Namaste.